as you can see, there are actually two of us on the screen as opposed to one. So why don't we have you introduce yourself? Tell everyone who you are.
Okay, so hey everyone, I'm Thiago, also known as Psycho Player from the Brazilian channel Player One Games. I'm currently a new envoy from Foxnet/Scopely, and I talked to Paulo because I figured out that we have a lot in common. He is from Toronto, I'm living in Toronto, and that was crazy to know that. Paulo, it's a Latin name, so the first thing that came into my mind was, okay, this guy's Brazilian, of course he is, or Spanish or something. No, no, he is Canadian. And well, we're both loving this game, and I think that it will be a good thing that we tag along so we can do this weekly news about Marvel Strike Force. Yeah, you can find me at Player One Games on YouTube, also in Instagram.
All right. Well, if you're on my channel, if you're on my channel, you know who I am. Well, I'm Paulo, MSF PauloP13, and I make content for this game in English, usually on YouTube, which is just going to be youtube.com//c/MSF PauloP13. I also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/MSF PauloP13, and I live in Italy, and I make content in English. So that pretty much covers that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just talking about the game and weekly news update. I did have another one on the channel, but it's much better to do these things with other people. So this is, for me, going to be replacing that because it just makes a little more sense for me to do this. So here we are.
Yeah. Okay. So first things first, I know that we got this news week about Emma Frost and everything that is going on, but
Right?
during the week we got like a major break, a major scoop coming from Tona. I'm pretty sure you saw it, and everybody saw that
Right.
also. Here in Brazil, guys were going completely mad on Wednesday, like theory crafting everything, and oh my God, who is going to be? How is going to be it? So show us what we got on Wednesday, Paulo.
All right. Well, let me just get that there. I believe I set it to the right spot. Shall I? How much you want to just watch a bit of it? I suppose
Yeah, we can just.
we got a video here from Tana,
Yeah.
which just going to play a little bit so you can get the words out of his mouth as opposed to mine. But got this.
So Tona was doing like s- uh,
Yeah,
s-
that
s-
that
s-
sentence was all you guys. What's really the most important part here? Doctor Octopus is coming. Let me actually flip back to this and hit that there. That was the most important part of this, but it has been data mined that he is coming to the game. Not only that he is a legendary, and not only that, he's supposedly going to be unlocked with X-Force. I do have a
yes.
couple of thoughts on that stuff, but first off, what do you have about this?
Okay, I was asking Cerebro when we do the first interview. I said, man, city heroes and villains, they need a legendary as quickly as possible. I think there is not so much love for the city heroes and villains. I was begging him for do something like a defender, like Moon Knight or someone that could improve better the defenders. But when I saw Dr. Octavius, I said, okay, yes, I agree with that. From all the Sinister Six, he is the most iconic one. Some can agree that Goblin is the the most known character everywhere, and he's always the enemy of Peter Parker. But the guy that is a stone in the shoe from Peter Parker in the last decade is Dr. Octavius. Even though if you
Right.
follow the comic books, you know about Supreme Spider. There was that body transfer between Dr. Octavius and Spider-Man and Peter Parker. So I'm really hoping that he got a lot of synergy not only with Sinister Six, but also with Zero, City Heroes, and also maybe another villains. Uh, but looking at the roster right now, I'm sorry to say that in my account, Green Goblin is is going away. Uh, well, of course, it's going to depend a lot on Doctor Octopus powers and synergies, but thinking of the roster right now, yeah, Green Goblin is out on my team to enter
Right.
Doctor Octavius. And you, what do you think about just completely on the blue that we don't know anything about him right now? It's just the name itself.
Well, first off, I would assume he's going to be. The thing is, I want him to be in a way where he doesn't completely make you have to abandon your sinister. Like, one, I don't want one of the characters to just disappear,
Hmm.
um, because we already have a shortage of Spider Verse villains.
Yeah.
We have two teams and eight real characters you can use. So adding a ninth, that still leaves us one short. So I don't want him to take the spot of another and leave him completely homeless. But ideally, I would like for him to be able to come to Sinister Six and make one of the characters on Sinister Six able to hop over to join the symbiotes. Um, for my roster, Green Goblin's well built, but he is also the one that functions the best with the symbiotes.
Yeah,
So if he
exactly.
could do what Green Goblin does, but better, and allow Green Goblin to go move over to the symbiotes, maybe with a small tweak here and there, they can make two really good quality teams out of that. I would be really happy to see that. Obviously, Doc Ock is a, well, I'd say legendary character, but not meaning in the sense of just this game. But he is one of the first people that comes to a lot of people's minds, dating all the way back to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
Obviously, Green Goblin was big there too, but Doc Ock was the one that really stole the show for a lot of people and really put the love of comic book movies in a lot of people's lives. And a lot of people attribute that movie with Doc Ock as the reason why the MCU to this day is so successful. So obviously he was coming to the game. It was a matter of when he was, and it does appear that he is coming sooner rather than later. Um, Again, that there is stuff in the game files which you've seen from said
Hmm.
data mines that do directly reference Doctor Octopus, and we all know a while back then they were giving some surveys. They mentioned Doctor Octopus a couple of times. The things that we don't really know is it definitely a legendary, because that one is a little bit on the leak end as opposed to the data mined, and we no one knows the release date. And if he is a legendary, is it going to be X Force? Still some unknowns, but I really like the fact that he's coming, and I think he's going to be a great addition and hopefully bring city villains a little bit more of a complete picture. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, there are two things that people are speculating. The first off is that maybe we got Lady Octopus and not Doctor Octopus.
Right.
Because in the survey they were asking if that. Oh, do you prefer Doctor Octopus or I think it's Sylvia Octopus. I don't remember her name actually. But for me,
Olivia or something like that?
Olivia, yeah. For me, definitely I want Doc. I want Doc
Right.
because he's as you said from the movies and from the comics, man. And even from I think it was 1988 or 1992, the Master System game that were Mega Drive also that the end boss was Dr. Octavius. It was for me as a fan, that would be the best thing. And the second thing that everybody is speculating is if you figure out right now, the only thing missing from the Sinister Six is a healer. But Dr. Octavius, he's not known from healing. Yeah, we can use Craven for that. We could use the Lizard for that, or even Morbius. I was hoping to see Morbius because of the end game end of the year movie that is going to be released by Sony. But when you think about Dr. Octavius,
Right.
maybe he can put a barrier or say a barrier or something, kind of like
Yeah.
what Invisible Woman do. Not to fully heal, the
Right.
Sinister Six, but to give him the extra life. And I think was Valifly that would say exactly what you said. Oh, if they can put like a mechanic that in some kind of way, the sixth member will hop up and out of the game. Like use the ultimate power and boom, there comes Green Goblin or there comes Vulture. Whoever you take out, he just swap him, do something, and go back to properly show up the Sinister Six. That would be insane. That would be awesome. And
Right.
if that is the
I
case,
definitely agree on that.
yeah, if that was the case, then I would take off Mysterio because my Mysterio, the only thing that he does in my account is to apply the heal buff, the heal block. That's it.
Right.
And then he's out of the game for me. So if Doctor just summon him, he puts his ultimate, and boom, he's out. Perfect. That will be my Sinister Six. Uh, just to leave Mysterio out of the picture. But I'm really hoping to see this as soon as possible. Some guys are speculating maybe in September, uh, the first week or second week of September. I don't know. I think we can see him on the first week of October. October, uh, actually, not September.
Right. Yeah, all of those are very good points. Heck, if you're adding the video game factor, when I was a kid, the first Spider-Man game I played, the final three bosses were like Doctor Octopus, Carnage, and then Monster Rock, which some people may remember that game. It was only ever a character in one game, and I loved that game when I was a kid. But I would say that in all likelihood, we're probably going to be getting the Doctor Octopus from Into the Spider Verse because of the fact that they have hinted so hard at Spider Gwen coming to the game, which
Hmm.
technically the name is Ghost Spider, which is something that you have. They've actually specifically stated well, technically her name is Ghost Spider now, which does really heat up the expectation of her coming to the game. So I think they're going to possibly use this as a way to tie back into the Spider-Verse and get
Yeah.
us some more characters like that, like Ghost Spider or Spider-Gwen, whatever term you want to use, I'm okay with. But so I can see that definitely happening. The only thing I would say is I personally think this is more late year than October. I think they have quite a bit that they are already have made. The movie delays caused a bunch of chaos and everything,
Yeah.
but at the same point, we know what's coming in November. To me, it just makes more sense that it's going to be a December late year push. They tend to like leaving their Spider-Man characters for later in the year, like around holiday seasons, because they're pretty big selling points.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see it in December, personally.
Yeah, we were speculating about October because it will be right after the second coming of Ebony Maw. So that way they're gonna introduce a legendary after the last legendary. So that's why I'm betting on October. So it's gonna be Ebony Maw right after, boom, the new meta, the new legendary. Yes, I completely agree about the Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. She is coming to the game
Yeah,
eventually,
definitely.
but yeah, now makes sense. If it is the Spider-Verse version of Doctor Octopus, yeah, it will make sense to put Spider-Gwen also as maybe a milestone character. Um, because if you think about the Spider-Verse, well, we have the symbionts that they are broken. With only three
Oh yeah,
characters, they're completely broken. So,
absolutely.
and everybody's asking, oh, please release another symbiote. No, don't, please, don't. I'm begging
I
you, don't.
mean, I vote yes just because mine are huge.
Oh, yeah, but since Miles is out of the game uh, with the Young Avengers, that opened a huge gap for a new Spider to come into the game. So yes, I
Right.
think we're gonna see
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen not as a symbiote, but of course for the Spider-Verse teams. Uh, but maybe they can do also is kind of giving a little rework on Spider-Man
Yeah.
because right now he's the weakest one of everybody of the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
It was Miles, but Miles now it's perfect with the Young Avengers. Uh, as uh, as we were seeing the footage, when he is with Squirrel and he uses his ultimate, the uh, web, what was the name? The
There it is. Web
web
blast.
blast. Yes, when he used web blast with Squirrel, man, the the drain energy, the drain life that he got is amazing. He can go from
Yeah.
almost dead to full heal in one shot. It's bunkers. Uh, but now Spider-Man is lost. He's there just to die or to use his ultimate, stun someone, and boom, eh, you're done, man. Go back home. There's nothing more you can do for the rest of the game, for the match. But
Yeah.
let's see. I'm hoping for a rework. I'm hoping that a new spotter came into the game. Someone was also telling about the Japanese version with the robot. Oh no, that's not gonna happen nearly as anyone think. That's gonna be so meta. As everybody's asking, oh please put Galactus in the game. No man, there's no way to put Galactus in the game. It's
Not
insane.
anytime soon. Not anytime
No,
soon.
no. Tell me one game, one Marvel game that you can play as Galactus. That never happened.
I got them.
You can see only, even if you remember Marvel vs. Capcom, the first game, you can only see his hands coming out. So it was his
Right.
hand or his foot or a laser beam. That's it. The guy is gargantuan. You can not put him in the same scale as the other characters. So if you're willing to see Galactus, that not gonna happen any game ever. But maybe Richards, who knows?
Yeah.
But let's go to the post, man. Eh, for that don't know me, yeah, I kind of always get lost in my own thoughts, so I can go like looping around something. So I have to contain myself every time. Otherwise, we're gonna be here for 3 hours just rambling
No
about
worries.
Marvel.
No worries. Um, it's all talking all about Emma Frost
Yeah.
coming to the game. Another video from OMG talking about her kit and how Strife was reworked, and obviously talking a bit about
The next events that's
promotion
going on.
credits, always awesome, and some more mutant stuff and just blitzes. But the big important thing is talking about Emma Frost.
Yes.
Base reaction. What are your thoughts on Emma Frost coming to the game?
Uh, I am right now leveling up my Marauders as fast as I can because
Right,
everybody was scared about the Guardians and the Alliance Arena and then
right,
about the Mercenaries. But trust me, Marauders, they're gonna be the pain in the ass for everybody on the next semester. It's until they release someone that can take them out. Oh my God, Emma Frost is like almost broken. Uh, but for me, the best thing that happened was the rework they did in Sinister, Mr. Sinister, and Strife. And then when
right,
you put them together, that's now a completely different team. Because Mr. Sinister, every time that he's above 60%, he's gonna uh, distribute some of his health among the other Marauders, and then Emma Frost is gonna heal herself and the other Marauders, and her ultimate, man. That even for war offense, if you think about war offense, that
yeah,
power is so amazing. you can get the two most higher damage on the other team just punching whoever you want. So if I'm taking out as guardians, I was just click on the low key and say, okay, do your thing. And then Hela and Thor would smite him, and after
Yeah.
that, Thor will be completely blind. So, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
I'm in love with the White Queen right now. It's and you, what do you think about her?
Well, first off, the Marauders are already a team that I've been using in war defense for a fairly long time. My Mr. Sinister's rather built. The rest of them, they lag behind a little bit, but they're a team that have already been getting me some pretty good victories. I've had days where it ends up where they get stuck on my Mr. Sinister because my Mr. Sinister's in war about 80k,
Hmm.
and they have to use 240k teams with an Ultron to take down my solo Mr. Sinister because the healing was already so much that it was really difficult for them to deal with. They've added, I almost said Emma Stone. Why do I keep almost saying Emma Stone? Emma Frost to this team, which is enhancing something I've already known about Strife. If you give Strife another tank to work off of, it
Hmm.
can be an absolute nightmare to get through. But now you've made Strife more tanky, and then you've added another tank type character. Not exactly, but another team that is just another character that's going to be adding, let's say, survivability to this
Yeah.
team, and a good portion of damage coming from it. This team is going to be absolutely devastating to get through. Now Frost looks dangerous. Strife is going to start showing a lot of what I liked about his kit, but he's going to be showing it a whole lot more often. And they're going to be very, very dangerous. Emma Frost looks like a very good character. The thing I liked about her is her kit isn't worded so that she only works with the Marauders.
Yeah.
Like right now, it looks like she's going to be that's their home, but down the road, we may be getting something like the Hellfire Club, and she may work pretty well over there. Overall, I'm really excited about it. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of overall, I can actually go and take a look at that right here. Is wait, wrong one. This button here. That is literally the portrait of Emma Frost. Something about her to me just doesn't look quite right. I don't know, long neck maybe, but other
Yeah,
than the
he
fact
got
that I
like a
think
giraffe
something
neck.
about it, other than the fact that I'm not so sure how she looks, it looks a little off to me. The character coming to the game, the kit, everything about that, I'm super excited for.
Now, if you think about the only thing for me that is
Yeah,
missing, being a comic book fan, is that if for some reason she got also like a little passive or something related to Cyclops, that would be
right.
amazing. Because in the comic we have all that triangle about Phoenix, Cyclops, and Emma Frost. Like
Yeah, there's
when Phoenix was
definitely a
gone,
lot of
Emma
those.
Frost came into the picture and they got a relationship. So the synergy about them would be great, but again, will completely break the game because if you have in the same team Emma Frost and then Phoenix, well, that's. But I was seeing your roster, man. Your uh, your Mystique is really, really good with that six red stars. I don't know if you're using her in arena already, but
Uh,
check later, Durkerstein.
Definitely not in arena right now, but
Yeah, check later Durkenstein last video about the team that he's using on arenas, and you will see how much that Mystique with Mr. Sinister will be a nightmare on the arena.
yeah,
So
they're obviously great. I've seen a few things about that. Um, Pretty good options. The one thing that I do have that makes me not want to go that route is this team right
oh,
here. So,
come on.
so with the full black order, especially on the offense end, it's holding its own pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm leveling up everybody at the same time. I know that's a mistake, but I'm trying to get first my Symbiont Spider and my Carnage to Dark Dimension 3. So That's taking a lot of gear. But right
Yeah.
now also I'm leveling up my X-Force. Thinking already about the new event, I'm leveling up them as fast as I can. And I
Right.
got
There.
at the same time, I got
This is
also,
where the roster starts looking less impressive.
yeah. And right now I got a 7-star Ironheart, Red Star that just dropped it. So I think, okay, I got to level her up to the maximum just because of the red stars. But she's only 2 stars right now, so I'm
Right.
just trying to get her ready
Makes sense.
for when she's farmable. Until there, my main focus is on X-Force because they can take out Asgardians, they can take out Mercs. Uh, Someone said that they can even
Yeah.
take out um, was
Hydra,
Hydra? Yeah,
perhaps?
Hydra. But I didn't saw anyone showing the video yet. But I
Right.
saw already the posters. Oh, look at my X-Force take out, punch it up, Hydra with 80k differences. Okay, yeah, I want to know how because when you think they cannot, but hmm, let's see it. I want to test it. Uh,
Perhaps I'll try it in this next war and see how that goes.
yeah. So I want to. Oh, and talking about X-23, man, how is your Blitz coming?
Not that great this time. It's been a busy schedule. So I'm a little behind on X-23's Blitz. I was looking into it. I was like, oh, I can easily, I can easily make the extra push and get top 2,000. Then I saw the Blitz predictions. I'm like, okay, I can't do top 2,000. That's ridiculous. Maybe I'll get top 2%. See how busy I am.
Yeah,
Top 5% is looking pretty possible right now.
yeah,
Might be able to pull a top 2, but I'm thinking top 5%.
yeah. I'm trying to push between 10 to 13 million. That will get me between the 3 and 5, and I'm okay with that since we're gonna
Yeah,
have a second round next week. So I'm good with that. I'm really good with extra 45 shards.
yeah.
I I'm okay. But yet talking about Blitz, do you think right now the Blitz it's healthy the way that they are, or would you change something?
Change Blitz? Absolutely. Um, Something. I would change a lot of things.
Like
The
what, for
fact that you
example?
have to spend the amount of time in it is ridiculous. I've been coming up with mostly dumb ideas, but a lot of random things that people could do to make it I take less time because one of the things is between every battle you have the loading screens
Yeah,
and those take forever, but you get into a big blitz rotation, which how many characters are in this game? I mean, I know I have all of the
138.
unlockable characters in this game. Yeah, we have an absolute ton of characters in this game.
Yeah,
By the time you finish all of the blitz battles, I have 139 characters. Good
okay.
to know. If by the time you finish all of those blitz battles, you're going to be going right back to another round of blitz.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that is not good. Like I shouldn't have to be doing hour and a half rotations of blitz just so that I can go to the bathroom, take a break, and go do another rotation of blitz. I've got other things I've got to do. And then it's like, oh, what do you want? If you want to get any rewards on the second blitz, well, you've got to get the top this percentage, and that means you're going to be blitzing all
All the time.
day.
Yeah.
So I've been coming up with any and every idea. Some of them good ideas, some of them bad ideas. Like my favorite was like come up with some. It was a weird idea that I thought of on stream, but it was like a round based, a wave based blitz. So like you pick all the teams you want to use,
Okay.
and they computer generate the opponents for all of those teams, and then it loads it all in at once. And then when your team dies, you go to the next team, and when the enemy team dies, it goes to the next team. Then it kind of just adds up points for every win you get. It's not a fully fleshed out idea, but even that would save probably half the amount of time because for me when I'm blitzing, there's more time spent loading the blitz matches than actually fighting the blitz matches.
I think Senseiya, another gacha game, has a similar mechanic that what you're talking about. Uh, in that game is different because you have like a massive boss. It's not like you fighting against teams, but you're fighting against, let's say, if I can correlate it, something like Galactus or Doctor Doom, and you're fighting against
Right.
Doctor Doom, and the Blitz, you put the teams and say, okay, go, and then it says, okay, your first team got 2%, the second team got 1%, and then they added, it's okay, in this rotation you got 8% of his life. Wait until for next 8 hours. That would be something great to have also, like a different mode of blitz or a different
Yeah.
mode game that you're facing not teams, but you're facing like a cosmic level opponent, and you and your team, your alliance, you're keeping roasting and trying to beat him as fast as you can. That would be something great to come to the game. Uh, my ideas for changing the game right now, the Blitz, are first, go back to 6 hours. Yeah, 2 hours is great in the beginning, but
Okay.
now I feel exactly the same. Like I finish my rotation, I say, okay, yeah, I'm done. And then I look, say, okay, wait, oh my God, Brotherhood again, let's go. And I start again the rotation. It's like an endless loop. You're constantly blitzing, blitzing, blitzing. And to make it worse, I have two accounts. One, 75 level, just to make fun and to have like the new characters, and my newbie account, that the one that I stream to
Right.
show everybody that I took from level 0 and now we are already on 66. So I have to do 2 times blitzing. So man,
Oh, that's horrible.
it's horrible.
That
It's
is horrible.
horrible. It's horrible. And the second thing that they are going to do it
Yeah.
already, and I was really hoping that it would come out in the last patch, but it didn't. So maybe on the next one is the auto blitz.
Yeah.
The auto blitz is going to save us a huge time. Like if it is percentage or not, I don't care. I just want to select a team. 7.1. Okay, I will use this team. Auto win. Oh, you lost. Okay. 7.1 again. Go.
Yeah.
And immediately give me the result. I don't want to take a lot of time doing blitzes right now. So
Yeah.
please fix that as fast as you guys can.
Yeah, I'm all in for speeding anything they can come up with to speed it up, but also gives there some type of way for people that are willing to put the time in to still get the rewards
Yeah,
up, because it there's that balance that they have to get. But honestly, at this point, anything is better than this for me
for sure, for sure.
because it's just too much. It's too much time, and I've got too much going on to be able to keep up with it. So even if I have the roster and I'm good enough at winning battles where I can actually feasibly get some of these higher scores, I don't have the brain space to do it. I don't have the time. Like if the choice is going to be between actually making dinner and eating a dinner
Hmm.
or getting another blitz rotation in, the blitz rotation should not be the first priority here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's almost becoming like that for a lot of people where it's like, if I don't do this blitz, I'm going to lose out on this. I need to get 70, 80, 90 million points. Oh, what do you know? This one's prediction winner is over 100 million. You need 100 something million blitz points. Well, my biggest team, which is about almost 400K, can't even gets like what? At most 100K in a single blitz
Yeah.
battle. Think of how many blitz battles you got to win in a single 3 day span. That's ridiculous. I don't
No,
have that kind of time.
and they have already done the banning of a lot of characters, players that were using auto blitzing bots. Well, that was a good thing. Maybe we now see more realistic firsts than the top 100. Now we're gonna see it if some guys were really playing or if there's something else going on. But my main concern about this
I mean,
event,
we're gonna know how many people are using it, but
yeah,
that's true.
Now, my main concern about this event, coming back from we were talking on the beginning, is that if Dr. Octavius is going to really be uh, demanding that you have X-Force, X23 is mandatory.
Yes.
So you have to push it as far as you can, otherwise you're gonna miss the first intake. And that was
Right.
one thing that guys were talking about, that Dr. Octavius was not going to be one legendary that everybody could get on the first iteration, his first appearance, especially because of
Right.
X23. So in that way, they're gonna force you to buy the package, to buy some orbs, to try to get her,
Hmm.
but then for the second income, then everybody will get Dr. Octopus. But yeah, Foxnet Scopely, please change that.
Right.
Fix
Which
this.
actually brings up something important.
Mm,
The thing that is important is this is something because when this came out, everyone kept saying this is data mined, this is data mined, this is data mined. So I went and I read every single line of data mined text I could possibly find,
mhm.
and eventually I did figure out that most of the stuff we're talking about are not technically data mines. There's like one line, the part that you saw on the Tana video, that little screenshot that he showed, which was actually data mined text about Doc Ock. Everything else here are some data mines and a little bit of leaking together or speculation. The one thing I did notice when it said X Force, it was where it's the thing why everyone's saying X Force is it said requires five 1-star X Force characters,
Yep,
requires 2, which is the way how it is worded for a lot of legendary events.
yep.
However, it's not only legendary events that gets that wording, and actually it came right after the same exact text where it said friendship trait, which makes no sense because we have nothing in the game that requires friendship trait.
Hmm. Yeah, friendship is
But
gonna
it's
be the
also the
one
same way that it's worded for the Chaos Theory event
for
Wakanda, or
Sporgor. That's gonna be her trait.
yeah, right. But the thing is, it could it be that they wrote it in the text now to prepare for a legendary way down the road? Maybe, but there's also the chance that they're just going to be required for something else altogether, and um, we don't actually know what that is. It could be completely unrelated
Yeah.
because it's technically people just saw that this was in the data mine files that there's something that's going to X Force, and they're seeing that there's Doc Ock, which technically the actual leak doesn't say anything about a legendary. It just has some stuff about Doc Ock, but there was some leaks that said it is likely that he is going to be a legendary, and this is likely true. So it's a lot of information that's being put together. So I can't be positive to say X Force is going to unlock Doc Ock, but I say pretty likely X Force is going to be used something good.
Yeah.
Doc Ock is coming to the game, and he is likely a legendary, and they're both put in the code at the same time. So perhaps that means that, but you never know. They could do something weird. They could go with Young Avengers to unlock it. They could go with Marauders and Emma Frost. Like they could do something we're really not expecting.
Oh,
So
they
just
can
take
even
that
go
word
they
with
can
a
even
grain of
go with
salt.
hand, because if you
Yeah.
remember, they are promising like a hand rework like for decades ago. Where like end year, I think Wolftor released a video that show a rework in progress about hands. And if you think about characters that are not being used at all, hands there, like on the top of the game. And again, if you think about everything
Right.
they are doing and the rework they are doing, a lot of minions and minions teams are getting reworks. So we got that from Merc, we got that from Hydra, Aim got their rework, but Hand is not showing any love for a long time ago. So maybe if you need the Hand to release Dr. Octopus, since they are also villains, they are also from City. Who knows? You're completely right. Right now is everything speculation.
Yeah.
Yes, you need X-Force for something. It could be for getting Dr. Octopus. Yes, you can be for some event for exactly like you said, from Wakanda or Payday, whatever. But there are facts. One, you will need X-Force. Two, you will get Doc as a legendary. If they are related to another or not, we will know this probably maybe next week, because next week we're gonna have two
The
blog
roadmap.
posts. Yeah, we're gonna have two blog
Yeah.
posts. So I don't know, man. I'm so hyped right now. Scopely is doing. They're playing the right cards right now, and they have the upper game. They know how to tease the audience. They are doing a really good work on that. But just finishing the topic, since you bring it up, if it is for one event, one special event, what do you think is missing on the game right now that you can say, oh, if you use your X-Force, you're gonna get this reward. What do you think it is? Or it could be.
I think based on the timeline, and this is another reason why I estimated Doc Ock a little closer to the end of the year. Something they already said was likely September-ish
Hmm.
coming to the game, which is ISO 8.
Mm,
It could be something ISO 8 related because we already know that's coming. We don't know exactly when. I guess we'll find out in a few days when they give us the
yeah,
extra blog post on the roadmap, which I'm super excited to see. But perhaps it's going to be some ISO 8 type
reward.
flash events like Chaos Theory and all that good stuff. And it's a good way to get you extra ISO 8. I mean, if that's the case, it's not bad to be ready for it as if it's a legendary event, because even if it's something else, it's probably going to be something useful because they pretty much have events to earn all the useless stuff. Like we already have like training module stuff. Like
Hmm.
what could they possibly add that's not going to be helpful for you at this point? If there's an event that requires someone, it's either going to be all right or quite helpful. It can't be this has no purpose to me anymore because we already get all the this has no purpose
Yeah.
or use to us stuff in the game already. So to me, I don't know. I think it could be something ISO 8 related.
I would love to see, since ISO 8 is coming as a campaign node, a campaign event like you can use forever, I would love to see something more related to Orange Gear. Because we have the Orange Gear, the ABCs and everything, but it's a huge pain in the ass right now to form for specific gears for example, the purple gear for Hela, it took me almost 2 months to get that crystal. Right now, for Carnage, it's the same thing. So if we have another way to have more more purple gear on the first 3 stars, and then on the last 4 we can have more orange gear. Oh my God, that would be amazing for me. That would save me a lot of time. Yes, they put the new gears so you can buy on Ultima's store, but it's it's RNG completely. Like I spent, I opened 10, I think, 10 orbs. I got one lousy gear gear part that I needed. The rest was ABCs. The rest was uh, parts that I will not use it anymore. The characters that I want to level up to Gear 14 were there already for that part. So I don't know. Ultimate Star for me is not working. So if they can put like, okay, you will farm X Force, you will use it, and if you got everybody in 7 stars, boom, you will have the Wakanda part. You will have the to level up your Ultron or to level up Carnage and all the symbiotes. It's okay. I will do the heck of this. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm I just want to see what they're going to release next week. And yes, if ISO is coming, I think you're partially correct because if you think now they're open the gates for red stars. It's so much easier, and we're gonna talk about this right now on the hot streak.